Baronis. Present. Bolin.
Present.
Gathing.
Present.
Lopez.
Present.
Verret.
Present.
Williams.
Mr. Williams here. He'll be in just a minute.
Yancey Smith.
Okay, if we would all rise and do the Pledge of Allegiance together. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, we have the superintendent's report, and we start off with some very distinguished awards to present.
Okay, if you guys want to step. We're going to call you guys up by teams. EA Sports, they are not here today. Baylor Case and Jack Case were IHSCA state qualifiers. And Ryan Petruski was the coach. He's here. Boys and girls IHSA powerlifting. They're in order. We have third place overall, the boys, Aaron Flores. He was also state champion in 148 class. Sayel Lewis, 8th place in 165 class. Marquand Riley, 4th place in 181 class. Isa Brito, state champion, and Demir Green, state champion. We also had the head coach, Alex Iverson. We had the girls, Tanaya Sherman, 2nd place in her weight class, 123 weight class. Tamara Welch, 1st place in 148 class. Corey McCaslin, another boy, 1st place in 198 weight class. And I think I got everybody else. Next, if IHSA track and field wants to come up, the girls and boys. Essence Bell was 2nd in the 4x200 and 4th in the 4x100. Helped set a new school record, qualifier in the 100 and 200 meter dash. Naomi Bay Watson, 4th in the 400 meter dash, 4th in the 4x100, 5th in the 4x400, all new school records. Josiah Hawkins, 4x400, state qualifier, new school record. Jemiah McCartry, 4th by 400 new school record qualifier in the 400 meter dash. Trinity Noble, 2nd place 4x200, 4th place 4x100. Helped set the new record qualifier in the 100 meter dash. DeMariana Tools, 2nd 4x200, 4th 4x100. Helped set the new school record qualifier in the 300 hurdles and the 200 meter dash. Keasia Wilson, 2nd in the 4x200, 5th in the 4x400, helped set a new record, and then the team placed 8th place as a team for the girls. The boys track and field, we had Dominic White, state qualifier high jump and 4x4, Clifton Martin, Philip Turner, Zaire Turner, and Zion Turner, all state qualifiers for the 4x4. Head coach Marquise Lowe, assistant coach Sarah Gangster, Frank Ward, Latavia Howard, Shanika Johnson, and Leroy Ruffin. Oh, I haven't called the junior high track yet.
Hey, Sarah.
Oh, one boy showed up, okay. So I'm gonna, since we only had one boy show up for junior high track, I'm gonna call junior high track. George Noble, 3rd place 4x100. Anthony Andrade, state qualifier. Jamari Anderson, second place, 4x400. And third place, 4x100. Josiah Barrera, sixth place discus. Jace Hamilton, second place, 4x400 relay. Nick Boyd, state qualifier. Caleb Brooks, second place, 4x400 relay. Third place, 4x100 relay. Eighth place, long jump. Davion White, second place, 4x400 relay. Third place, 4x100 relay. 4x400, I'm sorry, was the first one. Kendrick Cright, first place discus, new state record. Antonio Hollins, state qualifier. Lavelle Davis, second place, 4x400 relay. Eighth grade boys placed fifth in the state. And the girls, we had Royce Cephas, state qualifier. Jashari Boyd, state qualifier. Aubrielle Hollins, state qualifier. Jariah Dodson, state qualifier. Giselle Davila, state qualifier. Samaya Pope, state qualifier. Mariah Williams, seventh place discus. Piper Kiger, state qualifier. Alina Mkunazi, state qualifier. Head coach Emmanuel Jackson. Assistant coaches Taiwan Bender, Jared Randall, Kayla Scott Calvin, Miguel Davila, Corsica Campbell, and Seaborn Billings. Next, we have IESA basketball, boys basketball, placed fourth in the state for seventh grade, class 4A. We have Jair Rosenthal, Michael Cunningham, Taiwan Heron, Stanley Turner, Jelani Duncan, Kamarion Williams, Christopher Fitzpatrick, Nige Bailey, Landon Stevenson, Marshawi Boyd, Marquez Taylor, Caden McElroy, head coach Jelani Clark, assistant coaches James Stevenson and Taiwan Bender.
Congratulations.
Next, we have junior high wrestling. Kendrick Cright placed second in the 250-pound weight class. Coach Emmanuel Jackson and assistant coaches Brian Miller and Kyle Scott Calvin. Okay, last but not least, we have the junior high cheerleaders. Placed 13th place, okay, in class 3A. We have Royce Bennett, Jashari Boyd, Gianna Hines, Alana Koger, Harlem Hines, Dakota Ivy, Chrissy Jennings, Peyton Koger, Kalia Price Jones, Journey Smith, Mariana Spivery, Samaya Pope, Chania Smith, and Lene Rosenthal, with head coaches Jasmine Smith, Yulika Young, and LaShonda Jones.
That's quite a showing. 95 certificates is what I had to sign, and I was proud to do it. At the end, it was a little cramping on the hand, but we got it there. Okay, we're ready for instruction. You're way down there, Dr. Gilbert.
Hello, good evening. It's a pleasure to be with you this evening. Tonight, I am presenting our instructional programs update. First, I would like to begin to share a little bit about our curriculum audit. As you know, this has been ongoing, and over the last week, 2 days specifically, our instructional programs, as well as our student services and diverse programs leadership teams, accompanied by Dr. Gonzalez, our new assistant superintendent, yay. Participated in 2 days of professional development with our partner, Curriculum Management Solutions. We really were focusing on some research as well as looking at what does all of this process mean for us as a leadership team. And so we dug into some research by Richard Elmore, focusing on the instructional core and the framework of the partner within their 5 focus areas. Outcomes of this professional development really included our ability to look at what are some areas that we consider tight, some things within the district, and loose, where our teachers have the autonomy to have the art and science of teaching in their classrooms. And so we had spent some time looking at these frameworks using the 5 focus areas by the curriculum audit organization, Curriculum Management Solutions, that really looked at our district's vision, accountability, curriculum, looking at consistency and equity, feedback, and productivity. So how do all these areas go together that yield the high student outcomes that we expect for our students and that they deserve? Additionally, the tightly held and loosely held framework really looked again here at some of those strategies, student activities, and resources. That is the art and science of teaching. And then how do we as a district support that through our vision, through those resource allocations, alignment to curriculum and rigor, and those expectations. And so just going to go back a slide. On July 28th through the 31st, we're coming back together. The 28th will be our administrators, district and building leadership with our teachers, and the 29th and 30th are going to be focused, as well as the 31st, with our teacher teams, developing curriculum guides and working collaboratively to set those next pieces of progress for the upcoming school year. So that is our audit update. This evening, I come before you with 5 considerations for your approval. We have 5 partnerships, including the Center Model Schools, Franklin Covey, One Goal, Corwin Press, Inc. with Dr. Nicole Law, and Transformative Learning Solutions with Ms. Servata Hammond. The first Center for Model Schools, we were engaged with them last year, and we'd like to continue that partnership, focused in on 2 specific areas. Looking specifically at our 5 essentials, and you may recall our 5 essentials is both available for our teachers and our families and community members, as well as our students in grades 4 and above. We like to work with our building leaders and teachers to really look at the data from our 5 essentials and identify some actionable plans that would guide those next steps towards those instructional priorities that are interwoven within that school improvement planning process and that systemic overview that we're looking to enhance collaboratively district-wide. Additionally, they would spend 6 days with our leadership through some leadership coaching with our executive leadership team, looking at those results as well from that district vision. Again, this partnership really aligns to our improving academic outcomes goals, as well as restoring and building that public trust and that connections with the 5 essentials. And the funding source for this partnership is Title I. The next partnership we'd like to consider is the work with Franklin Covey. This, we attended a workshop at the end of March, and we'd like to continue, or maybe it was early this spring, I'm sorry, the timeline's escaping me right now. We'd like to continue partnering with them for about 5 days, working with district and building administrators, again, as we look at building trust through our practices, as well as our communication in enhancing our school culture. So that, again, aligns with our improving academic outcomes and our restoring public trust goals that we're focusing on this year. And it will be a blending and braiding of funds across the title grants. Our third partnership we're considering your approval for this evening is with One Goal. One Goal has really been working over the past 3 years with our counselor teams at both their junior high and high school, really looking at what is that post-secondary planning process? How are we enhancing and informing our students and our families about FAFSA, which is a requirement statewide for seniors when they graduate? School Links was the post-secondary platform we've been working on over the last 2 years, as well as looking at increasing our graduation rate and our freshmen on track. So we'd like to continue that partnership with one goal this year, again, focusing in on our counselors and providing that support to improve our academic outcomes. And the funding source for this partnership will be through our AP grant. The fourth area we're seeking your approval for this evening is with Corwin Press and Dr. Nicole Law. This is a real exciting partnership. She was with us one day in May as an executive leadership team focusing on teacher clarity and the 4 components of high impact student learning. And we all walked away with some really strong tidbits of, wow, I wasn't thinking about things this way, and here's where we can go as a leadership team. She is really going to help us unpack what that looks like this year with the leadership team, as well as our teachers. And so we'll have 2 cohorts that will be able to work with her throughout the school year, where they will participate in early release Wednesdays throughout first and second semester that really, again, lean into that teacher clarity work. And so we're really excited about this partnership and your approval this evening to work here, improving our academic outcomes. And the funding source for this partnership would be Title I. And our last approval we're seeking for you this evening is with Transformative Learning Solutions and Ms. Soretta Hammond. When I told a colleague recently of our partnership with Ms. Hammond, they were like, how did you get her? She is really on the forefront of educational research, and she's just publishing a brand new book. I'm hoping to see her next week at the Visible Learning Conference. She is really going to work collaboratively with the junior high school, Edison primary grades, and the 9th grade at the high school, building their professional learning community structure, looking at student needs. She's going to be on site 1 week a month and working side by side with our teachers, doing that job embedded professional development and helping support and build those systemic processes within the PLC structure. This will be embedded within, at the junior high and high school, their common plan time that they have. So we're really excited about this potential partnership. Again, improving academic outcomes, and the funding source for this is Title I. So those are the 5 partnerships we're seeking your approval for this evening. Any questions before I move on to the next slide?
Dr. Gilbert, just as a board member, it would be really helpful at the end of this school year, coming school year, to know what effect any of those 5 had,
Yes.
and a summary of what they did and what impact they had, or if it didn't work, we need to know that too. But
Thank you. Thank you for that. In each of the proposals, there are some expected outcomes, and I'd be happy to bring that back at the end of the year to let you know if we met those expected outcomes.
that would be great. And then next year, when we're looking at either these programs again or otherwise, we'd have a better idea as to, is this money well spent?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Make sure we get our return on our investment.
Absolutely.
One thing I want to add, and Dr. Gilbert alluded to it, but Soretta Hammond, I don't know how many folks are familiar with her work, but I would encourage the Board of Education to Google Soretta Hammond. Really is a powerhouse. She's only working with us. And so that, yeah, she's only working with our school district. And so we're excited for the board's approval tonight, wink, wink. So, because really it's very hard to lock her in. So yes, we'll absolutely come back with some results. We're excited. Pending board approval, she'll be working with Edison, the junior high school, and the freshman academy.
Okay, thank you.
A few additional pieces of information. Tomorrow, we begin our registration events. They will begin tomorrow at 10 o'clock, so 10 to 7 on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are 8 to 3. It is open to the entire district to come in and complete the registration process. We are asking all folks to come in for the registration this year because we have a new student information system. And the navigation of the system can be a little bit overwhelming if you haven't done it yet. And so to help support our families as they navigate the new registration process, we're extending these times over the next 3 days. If these times don't work for families on Saturday, you can come join me, and some of my colleagues at the farmers market will also be there to provide assistance. And then on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, moving forward, our buildings will be open to complete the registration process at the building. And so we really invite everyone to come in at registration over the next few days. Just a reminder, we are requiring all students to be up to date with their vaccinations and physical requirements. And here you see what those are from kindergarten, 2nd, 6th, 9th, and 12th grade. These are the only grades required to have this updated information. So if you are an upcoming first grade student, you did everything you needed to do as second grade or kindergarten, all you have to do is come in and complete the registration. You don't have to bring any paperwork. And so if your grade isn't listed and you're up to date with those vaccines and physicals, then you could just come on in and complete your registration. If you are in these grades, you do have to bring the documentation of your vaccines and physicals to registration in order to move forward in that registration process. We will also have on the 16th from 9 to 2 on site at the high school. We will have representatives from IDPH here that are providing the MMR vaccine and helping support what our families and our students need to move forward in that requirement. So please feel free, you can scan this to sign up to receive the vaccine that your child may need. I would also like to shout out to our early childhood. We'll be doing some screenings throughout the summer. So if you have an early childhood eligible student, we'll be with you on the 29th, August 11th, and August 21st to do some screenings. And although the text here is very small, we are very excited to meet you and to do the screening and identify that appropriate program placement for you for this fall. So our early childhood is completing that on these days. That is what I have for you this evening.
Great. Any questions for the board? Comments?
Just thank you for trying to make it, the registration process and the vaccination and physicals as easy as possible for our families and providing those resources at registration. So thank you.
I would like to thank Nurse Lewis, Kim Starkey, and the health clinic teams, as well as our nurses that have really been keeping up to date with all of our immunization records and making sure that gets in. Thank you to Joel for his support in our updating of our student information system and ensuring that it's ready to go live for our registration tomorrow, as well as to Rachel and Andrea Short for all of their support, and our district building. And I have to thank our building principals and their administrative assistants who did a training all day today and are ready to rock and roll the rest of this week and supporting our families through registration. So thank you.
Thank you. Finance.
Good evening. Excuse me. We're going to try to start. There we go. As usual, we have our monthly financial report, and what's nice about this one is this is the year-end one. So we end our financial year on June 30, and we've started our new year. So our new year, so far we're way ahead because we haven't even had a payroll, so we're way ahead right now, just so you know. As you can see, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this page, but you can see we had no major surprises, no big long line in June there of sudden spending. If we look on here, our actual revenues were a little bit higher than expected. We had a lot of federal revenues come in at a higher level, and also some revenues from prior years that were booked into this year that came in late. And then we did have our expenditures, that some of that was a little higher, again, because some of those grant pieces were booked a little later. We did end with almost about a $5 million increase in overall fund balance due to those changes. And as you can see, we have, as far as revenues, we were at 109%. Expenditures, we were at 104%. So we did have revenues exceed expenditures, but obviously we can't count on that. We want to make sure our expenditures are below our revenues in the budget, and that we work with that. If you look at current versus prior, we continued our trend that we followed the pattern of FY24 as far as when spending went up and down, when revenue went up and down. We ended the year with about $4.5 million revenues over expenditures, and the previous year had ended with about almost just under $14 million that way. So you can see that. And then, of course, again, just a comparison of the last 3 years. Again, everything follows a nice little pattern, no major surprises. And then finally, the fund balance report, which again, if you look at the bottom line, is broken down by funds. There are several funds over on the right that have a negative balance in them now, but they will not. For July 1, we will shift the resources from the Ed Fund to cover. We already did one by resolution for capital projects, and the others we didn't need a resolution for, so they will be zeroed out so we can start the year with a fresh balance. But, and we will be making adjustments in those to make sure they don't end up in a negative balance again. So that is the financial report. If there are any questions about that.
Can you update us? Every day in the news, there's something about other funds being held from the federal government.
There are some being held. We have been assured of Title I and IDEA funds.
Great.
Any other funds, any Title II, Title IV, some of the other titles, they're on hold. They're still allocated, but they're on hold right now. And until that is decided, at least as of right now, I'm not budgeting for those in the coming year. I had said previously, if we have funds being withheld or we aren't sure on those, I'm not putting them in until they're committed.
Okay, great. And Head Start is funded?
Yes.
As far as we know it?
As far as we know, it is funded.
Okay, thank you.
We did get most of our fiscal year 24 audit back. There are a couple of pieces that the district has to do on the audit for the auditor to finish up, but we can't do them. And it's kind of they give us part, we do our part, they have to finish their part. It's back in their court right now. Excuse me. Let me try this again. I do know how to use a computer. Okay, so just a couple of things. There's a couple of federal reports that have to finish up, and once they get those to me, we'll have the complete audit. I do have the financial statements, and I will be getting a presentation together for the July 31 Finance Committee meeting. Just three things that I did want to point out. It was an adverse opinion because we had what they called a significant deficiency in reporting expenditures. I had explained this in the Finance Committee a couple of months ago that this would be coming, and so this is just, so for FY24, there were some issues with the timing of the expenditures. The expenditures were reported properly. They were just not reported consistently throughout the year. And that was the issue, and that was an issue they took with it. The financial profile score is a financial watch, which is the lowest possible rating. I do not know how many other districts, but it is a low number, are in that position as of FY24, which would have been June 30 of last year. That is primarily due to fund balances versus expenditures. And then finally, that a deficit reduction plan was required as a result of the audit, and it was in your board packet. We had to move that pretty quickly because we have to have it board approved and uploaded to the state within 30 days of receipt of the audit. So I didn't have time to take this to a finance committee, so it is in there. But to talk about it a little bit, basically it's a 3-year plan to reduce the budget, and it is estimating revenues and expenditures for the next 3 years. And the long and short of it is that with the revenue projections we have at this time, we need to maintain our overall operating expenditures at a consistent level for those 3 years. What that means is as costs go up, we're going to have to reduce the things we're paying for because they're going to be more expensive. Some of that may change if revenues change, but right now I have to go by projection, and so that's what's in the deficit reduction plan. So we will be making some very tough decisions over the course of the next year or two, no matter what revenues do, because we have to get this in line and beef up our fund balances in order to get our overall finance rating up. Our finance rating affects our borrowing ability. It makes borrowing much more expensive if we're on watch than if we're on recognition. So we need to work on that. So as I said at the end, it's a plan. It's only a plan. We will move forward each year and update. On paper, this year, FY25 pretty much zeroed out the deficit that showed up in '24. So on paper, it looks good, but we still have this issue of as things increase, the revenues aren't following suit. So that was the end of that deficit reduction plan and the audit, but were there any questions? Because I know that
To
that's
clarify,
coming.
this audit, we're a year late in the audit, correct?
It's a year behind,
So we're talking about school year 23-24 finances.
Yes.
Not 24-25.
Correct.
So we're starting the audit of 24-25.
The audit year, we just finished FY25, so yes, we would now start the audit for FY25.
Okay, and we'll talk about the rest of the audit at the Finance Committee,
Yes.
correct? Okay, thank you.
Yes. So our agenda items tonight, we've talked about the LED sign for Pregler. It's one of the few buildings that doesn't have one. Everything has been approved with the city, so we're just looking for the board to approve it. It's grant funded, so we are all set, just need to sign on the dotted line. Also would like to ask that you appoint a district treasurer. I'm assuming that'll be me since that's what you hired me for, but if you'd rather I clean the floors, I'll be happy to do that too. We need to approve the public hearing for FY26 budget, so we can meet our statutory timelines, so we're going to set that for September 8th. And I will bring a preliminary budget for, our tentative budget for you in August to see. So definitely we'll be discussing that further. We already talked about the deficit reduction plan. And finally, just an upgrade to the software for our HVAC control systems. Basically, for some of our systems, big surprise, the software is out of date and they have to update it. And so that's what we're basically doing here. So if we could approve those things tonight, that'll keep us going until the 28th, and we'll come up with some more for you.
Okay.
And that's all we have.
Any questions of Mr. Neal?
Good.
Any comments? Dr. Lance?
Yeah, so regarding the deficit reduction plan that Mr. Neal spoke to, I just want to make the connection to Dr. Gilbert's presentation. If you notice when she was referring to proposals, she was actually calling out where those costs would be sitting. So our goal is to exhaust our grant entitled dollars before we go into our general fund dollars. So just want you to know that all of the departments are working collaboratively to make sure that we do a better job of getting our budget in line and get off of this deficit reduction plan. The other piece is Jenny Way and Dr. Gilbert and others in the instructional programs department. They are really working hard to look at the instructional software that we currently have in our district. And if they're not used or we're not getting a return on investment, then we'll be making recommendations to move away from those, and more of that will be coming once the curriculum audit has been finalized. So just wanted to make that point.
Thank you. Any questions in light of that? Thank you, Mr. Neal. Moving ahead, the People Services Department.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Mr. President, Superintendent, board members, colleagues, and community members. We have 3 items for you this evening. Going to look at teacher stats, the vacancies, and frontline. As you all know, we had 85 vacancies in this district. And we just want to share with you where these folks are. Of 76 instructors, we were able to keep 46 of those instructors.
Nice.
9 of those instructors are in residency programs. 15 of them are now licensed. 22 of them are in a program and will become certified. So that left us with 32 new teachers. And we also have 4 of our educators will be library media specialists. So, Mr. Bowman, just want you to know that all of our schools will have library services this year.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And so, as it relates to our vacancies, due to a few resignations, you see 3 vacancies at the high school, 4 at King, and 1 assistant principal, 1 vacant position at the junior high, and 1 at Avis Huff. And I want you to know that we've already begun interviewing as early as today. So by the next board meeting, we plan to have 100% of our vacancies filled with certified teachers.
Well done.
And lastly, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your vote last month for Frontline. Although we've had Frontline, but as you know, we were sharing it with the whole area. So that, I guess for lack of a better word, we really couldn't make the best of the system because we had all school districts utilizing the system. But with your vote, we now have full access and can make the system sing for Kankakee. And that concludes my presentation. Any questions?
Thank you.
Dr. Anderson, thank you. Any questions, comments from anybody on the board?
Yeah, what you said, library what?
Library media specialist.
Okay, where exactly are they going to be doing?
Can you, Mr. Williams, can you lean into your microphone? Thank you.
Library specialist, what exactly are they going to be doing?
They're librarians.
Librarian?
Mr. Williams, let me help out. So currently, people typically look at librarians as individuals who check out books or keep the book collection in Destiny. The reason why it was important for us to have licensed media library specialists is because our librarians need and must do more, go above and beyond. And that's not to say that our current librarians do not. However, with the literacy plan, the comprehensive literacy plan that came from the state, we really need to make sure that we're embedding literacy across all grade levels, across all content areas. So our media specialists should be able to support, whether it's our teachers, our interventionists. To give you an example, if I'm a social studies teacher and I'm wrestling with what are the primary and secondary sources for the Great Migration, I should be able to go to the librarian or a media specialist and say, what do you have in our school library that can help me? Primary source or a secondary source or any other resource that we have. So we're looking to ramp up the services that are being provided by our library specialists. I hope that helps.
Okay, so it helps the teachers and the coaches, right? Is that what you're saying? It helps the teacher and the coach?
The indirect benefit will be the students. But yes, they will be helping the teachers. That is correct. teachers, interventionists, coaches, instructional coaches if needed, yes.
No, okay. I got kind of confused because in the past, people just wasn't using the library. And I wanted to know what was it, why we hired 4 new librarians and people wasn't using the services at all in the first place. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with it if it's going to be utilized, but it wasn't being utilized before.
I think you need to check the numbers. They are
No,
being, they were being,
I checked the numbers.
all right, did
And
you check?
I can tell you
Okay.
by this test scores and the reading
No, I'm
scores.
talking about-
No, let me
I'm
finish.
talking about Destiny. It's the numbers I'm
Okay,
asking you to check.
I'm going by the state, by the reading and the reading scores and that. It wasn't being used. You know, I'm not going to go to something that says all good stuff when I'm looking at the scores. And you know, we asked the questions when we brought the principals in. We asked the questions, and the principals said that they wasn't using the library. We had that meeting.
I don't remember that
Now, you
meeting.
remember we was over at Kennedy?
I remember a meeting where we discussed the benefits of
I called-
librarians, and that was
Yeah, I called
basically,
for the meeting, so I know about it.
okay, well,
So
apparently I didn't.
I'm not trying to argue with you.
No, I
I'm
don't-
just saying, you know, if it wasn't, I'm just wanting to make sure it's utilized.
Right,
I
absolutely.
agree.
Absolutely.
You know, because it wasn't being utilized. I want to make sure it's utilized.
Yep.
Because when you have, you know, second, third, fourth, fifth graders that, you know, struggling with books. They can't read the books. And, you know, and I had a conversation with you about fourth graders having a hard time reading Here Come Peter Cottontail. You understand what I'm saying? You know, so I hope this makes sure that coaches and the teachers are actually utilizing the library to help with instruction instead of just people in a spot.
Yes, but I think it's important that I clarify, just hiring librarians alone or making sure that they are certified is not the only thing that we need to do as a system to change what you currently see in terms of student learning outcomes. So the librarians alone, they're not going to change everything.
No, that's not what I was asking.
Okay.
That's not what I was asking. I was asking how we're going to utilize it.
Okay, got
That's
you.
what I was asking, because it wasn't being utilized before.
Right. Did I answer your question?
That's why we got rid of some libraries, it just wasn't being utilized.
Oh, no, I'm a proponent of librarians in buildings.
Okay.
That's not
Yeah.
why we got
Yeah.
rid of them.
Yeah. I'm a proponent of libraries.
Okay.
It just mysteriously got vacant and never got filled. I got it.
No, there have been
Okay.
people in each of the libraries. They have not been certified, and we have no library in the high school yet. We still don't have any library in the high school.
I agree with you on
But
that.
we
I got
we
you.
got a long ways to go. But thank you. I agree with you. We want it to be utilized.
Yeah, and if you're not going to utilize it, then to me, it's just a waste of time and a waste of
No, we're
money.
going to utilize it.
Huh?
Yes. We are going to utilize it. As a matter of fact, in a couple of months, Jenny Way and Dr. Gilbert will provide a presentation on our libraries, specifically our collection, and how we plan to revamp the services that we provide.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
There you
That's what I
go.
want to see. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson.
Oh, I'm sorry, really quickly, Dr. Henderson. I think it's important that I highlight this point. You alluded to it a couple slides ago. Can you go back to the stats? Yep, so right here. So early in my tenure, I said that the goal was by August 2027. August 2027, that we would have a licensed teacher in front of every single student. Based on this and the work of you and your team, as well as administrators, when do you believe we will hit that target?
Next month.
Say that one more time.
We will open up school this year with 100% of our staff fully certified, highly qualified,
Or working towards?
or working toward it. That's
There we go.
correct.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, public comment. Do we have anybody signed up? No. Okay, moving along, we go to the consent agenda. Consent agenda consists of approval of board minutes, approval of the regular bills, approval of payroll, approval of an overnight trip request, a lot of recommended policy changes that were attached, like 150 pages of them. Approval of resolution for release of executive session minutes that are ready to be released. Approval of resignations, approval of administrative personnel, approval of resignations and retirement of licensed personnel, approval of appointment of administrative personnel, approval of appointments of licensed personnel, approval of internal appointments of administrative personnel, approval of internal appointment of licensed educational personnel, and approval of a leave of absence. First of all, are there any items on the agenda, on that agenda, that you want removed or changed and put to the action items?
Yes, on number 12, we'd like to remove Mike Gilbert.
Okay. Mr. Gilbert's been previously appointed, so that would be, so there's a motion to amend the consent agenda by striking the name of Michael Gilbert, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? All right, is there a second to the motion to amend?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Williams. Please call the roll. Is there any discussion? I should ask that first, I'm sorry. Okay, there isn't any, so call the roll, please.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gathing?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Barrett?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes. 6 ayes, 0 nays, 1 absent, motion carries. Now, we need a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Gathing, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Williams. Any discussion, comment, or questions? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Gathing?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Barrett?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Do you want to
Oh,
abstain?
I'm sorry. I need to abstain from number 12.
Okay,
Thank you.
welcome.
Baronis?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes. 5 ayes, 0 nays, 1 abstention on 1 item in the consent agenda, so 6 ayes on the rest of the agenda. Motion carries. Moving to the action items then, the next item is approval of the salary increase schedule for administrators and for the individual administrators. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Gathing. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Baronis. Is there any discussion or debate? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Lopez?
Yes.
Barrett?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gathing?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes, 6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Next is approval of a 4% salary increase for the 12-month employees, 12-month non-union employees for the coming school year. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Gathing, is there a second?
A second.
Seconded by Ms. Baronis. Any discussion or debate? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Barrett?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gathing?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes. 6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Item number 3 is approval of the administrative contracts for the school year 25-26. This is a new thing, right?
It is.
We now will have all administrators with contracts, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Gathing, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Williams. Any discussion, debate, or questions? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gathing?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Barrett?
Yes.
Bolin?
Yes, 6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Next is approval of the contract, and we're into Dr. Gilbert's material here, approval of the contract with the Center for Model School for Leadership, Leadership Development. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Gathing, is there a second? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gadding?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Verret?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Poland?
Yes. 6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Sneaking into the middle of this is a approval of the purchase of the new outdoor LED sign for Pregler. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Gabbing, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Williams. Any discussion or debate? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gadding?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Verret?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Poland?
Yes, 6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Next is the approval of the deficit reduction plan as required by state statute and ISB regulations. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Gabbing, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Baronis. Any discussion, questions, or debate? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Gadding?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Verret?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Baronis?
Yes.
Poland?
Yes, 6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Next is the approval of the resolution to appoint Mr. Neal as the district treasurer for the coming school year. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mr. Gathing makes a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Baronis. Any discussion, question, or debate? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Lopez?
Yes.
Verret?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gadding?
Yes.
Poland?
Yes, 6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Next is a resolution of setting the public hearing date for the fiscal year budget for September 8th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Gabbing, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Verret. Any discussion, debate, or questions? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Verret?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gadding?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Poland?
Yes, 6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. On to number 9, approval of the purchase of the JCI upgrades for the district control systems. Need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Gabbing, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Williams. Any questions or debate or discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gadding?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Verret?
Yes.
Poland?
Yes, 6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Next is approval of the contract with Franklin Covey for professional learning. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Gabbing, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Baronis. Any questions, discussion, or debate? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gadding?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Verret?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Poland?
Yes, 6 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Next is approval of the contract with One Goal Program Solutions. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Gabbing, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Williams. Any discussion, questions, or debate? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gadding?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Verret?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Poland?
Yes, 6 ayes, 0 noes. Next is approval of the contract with Corbin Press and Dr. Nicole Law. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mr. Gadding makes the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Williams. Any discussion, debate, or questions? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Gadding?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Verret?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Baronis?
Yes.
Poland?
Yes, 6 ayes, 0 nays. Finally, to number 13, approval of the contract with Zaretta Hammond, Transformative Learning Solutions LLC. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Gabbing. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Baronis. Any discussion, questions, or debate? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Lopez?
Yes.
Verret?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gadding?
Yes.
Poland?
Yes, 6 ayes, 0 nays. The remainder of the agenda consists of informational items, including the fact that our next board meeting will be July 28th, and it will be here at the LCC also. Any other questions or issues to be raised by a board member? Anything else that needs to be said? If not, we need a motion to adjourn.
Forgot to read the new hires.
So moved.
Forgot to read your new hires.
Oh, I did, I'm sorry. I missed out. Hold on in the motion to adjourn. We did make some hires tonight. Okay. First, we hired a new administrator, who is the Director of Bilingual Education, and that's Patricia Brecky, and I understand she has joined us. Is that correct?
She is.
Welcome. We've also hired the following: Rayvon Mallet, Amber Scarpelli, Marcus Brown, Megan Jorn, Melissa McAfee, April Minifield, and Maralta Feely are all new hires, and we welcome each and every one to the team. You're going to be glad you applied here. Congratulations. Thank you, Ms. Barones, for reminding me. At this point now, we're ready to adjourn.
Yes.
Gina and Aaron. Gina is, Aaron is the new principal.
Oh, yeah, that's an internal appointment. I did.
Got a Gina.
Okay. We have two administrators who are going to have new jobs. Erin Goldenstein, I don't know if she's here. There she is. Congratulations. She's going to be the new principal at Kennedy. And Gina Turo, is she here?
Gina is,
There she is, way in the back. And she's going to be the new assistant principal at LCC. Congratulations to both of you as well.
still.
And Tracy Steele, I missed, but I'll say that again. Ms. Steele, are you here?
No.
Nope.
No, she's going to be an assistant principal at,
Edison and Kennedy.
thank you, Edison and Kennedy. I'm too lazy to look it up. But congratulations to Ms. Steele also. Now, I'm ready to adjourn. I think Ms. Brett had made the
So
motion,
moved, yes, so moved.
and I think Ms. Lopez seconded.
Second.
That's all right? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate that.